Today we will talk about the top challenges in the software project management. So in current time, most of the software projects, if you see, still fail to finish on time or within the budget. Because if you see the trend currently, so only one out of three projects are actually getting succeeded in the current industry. Despite we have the AI tools or the better frameworks or even uh, the people who is driving the project have the decade of experience, but still if you see most teams are still struggling. So today I will reveal the top 7 challenges every project manager must master and how you can stay ahead with my proposed solution. So without giving more time, we can let's dive in. The first challenge I can see is the scope creep and the requirement volatility. So what is happening in the industry due to the quick asks and the shifting priorities? Projects original scopes are getting expanded. You can take the example something like scope expands and timeline explodes. So your schedule, the time plan which you have planned will be slipped and the deadlines will stretch. So to fix this, basically my priority will be when the priorities shift, we must ensure a clear scope statement. Use the change control boards and re-baseline the timelines. That's it. The second challenge I can see is the crunch in the domain knowledge. Because in the industry, if you see, most of the senior engineers with right domain knowledge, there is a iteration and they are living faster than they are getting replaced. And if you read the news, you can understand it is creating the global deficit, which is projected almost 85 million shortages of talent, domain technical challenge shortage by 2030. So, what is the impact of this? Your junior team members struggle with respect to your defined velocity, and the software quality is getting compromised. So, the solution I propose for this point is the domain knowledge management. We should plan it through the internal trainings. The third challenge I can see is the technical depth and the legacy reusability. When legacy software components are not reusable, it leads to the hidden slowdown on the velocity, overall velocity of your project. And it's double the development time. So to propose the solution for this particular technical depth and legacy reusability, always allocate the separate budget for refactoring while estimation. We must prioritize this kind of technical depth reduction at the architecture level, architecture realignment, along with the new feature implementation plan. The fourth challenge I can see is the AI adoption outpacing governance. So what is happening now? AI has came into the picture. So domain or the team rushing to adopt the AI coding tool faster without being aligned on the compliance framework at the industry levels. So it is the danger zone because it is putting the reliability at risk. So solution for the industry will be, we must establish the governance early, audit all the AI generated code, do the proper code review, and align with the regulatory industry standard set for your project as per the tailored method. The fifth challenge I can see is the common, it seems common, but it is also making the impact. It is basically the poor communication and the stakeholder misalignment. What I mean is basically management wants the optimized estimation to control the cost. It is common, right? And product engineering wants more features to be delivered. And OEM wants the speed for quick proto event launches. They need everything quick. So for same project, if you see, there is a different priorities and there is a misalignment, and this kills the focused velocity for the domain. And the solution will be, we must use the integrated dashboard through Jira, Confluence, or through EasyBI. And we must have the weekly alignment meeting with all the stakeholders, and there should be a transparent reporting. What is needed, why it's needed, what should be prioritized as a delivery prioritization. Everything we should mention it, capture it, and it should be approved and agreed. The sixth challenge is basically the unrealistic deadlines and the budget pressures. It is also coming into the picture for some projects. So, in some cases, what we have seen, there are unrealistic timelines and which is breaking the team spirit, and it is totally turning the passion into the burnout situation. So solution is basically for this challenge is to set the realistic timelines, and we should communicate risk early, and we should secure the stakeholder allocation. The seventh challenge is the basically the inadequate risk management. What is happening? Sometimes we are ignoring the risk that can lead to the crisis. This example I can take, real time example I can take is related to like supply chain delays. When we have to ship the testing equipments from one site to another for distributed teams, and there are less number of available tools and the licenses. It is on the shared basis in between the team. So basically, the external blockers on the also it could be like external blockers on the global approvals. So solution is basically to mitigate this kind of inadequate risk management will be to maintain the live risk register. We should assign the owners, and we should work on the mitigation strategies. So what we have discussed basically, there should be a scope script, there will be a domain talent shortages, there can be a technical debt, AI governance, and we also need to do the stakeholder expectation alignment. And there will be a time where we need to advocate on the realistic deadlines, and the risk should be managed. So these are the basically my seven dragons, and if you correct them, you will lead the projects that will finish on time, within budget, and with proper impact. So if you want to stay ahead as a top 1% project management leader, you can subscribe now. In my next video, I will show you how you can thrive. And if you are facing any challenges that is slowing down your projects the most, you can drop in the comments, or you can also mention where do you struggle most in the project execution. I will try to provide the solution. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.